to come out of ignorance. Because whatever one is interested, the attention is directed to.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we talked about it was interesting. I asked the question, what is attachment? And Alon used the word attachment is nothing more than attention.
The amount of attention you give to something equals the attachment you have to it.
Yeah, it's even, look, how come we get attached to our own child? How come I'm not attached to the child of the neighbor? So first, I don't think it is mine. Yet the moment I think it is mine, what am I doing? Giving so much attention to it? I get attached. Now, anybody you meet your wife, your girlfriend, whatever, you meet her one time, you touched her? No. The more you give her attention, the more you give her attention, that means you're thinking about her, you get attached to thinking about her. You're not attached to her. You are getting attached to the thinking. So
The thought.
basically, we got attached to the thinking by giving attention to these thoughts.
Yeah.
Stop giving attention to the thoughts that torment you. Shift the attention to knowledge. Because otherwise, how would it stop? It doesn't stop by itself. And even if it does, because the power of Maya is such that she can be at motion and at rest. So she's either thinking or sleeping. So let's say I come and I hit somebody and I stun him. Maya instantaneously disappears. So she sleeps. Yet instantaneously she comes back. Like I can turn around, punch somebody. Yeah. Out of the surprise, the mind, gone.
Gone. Out of the surprise.
Actually, all remains is the witness.
Yeah.
I remain, yet the mind comes back. So that means it just happened suddenly. Maya cannot be liberated like that. Because even now, I would try to replicate it. The mind will anticipate it. It will not disappear like in the first time.
Yeah.
So now that's why people are looking for different experiences that get their mind to disappear momentarily. Yet the sages said this is not going to be helpful for the way for the liberation. If you get the Maya directed back to where she come from, she just dissolved more and more and more and more until she disappeared. So it's not that people cannot have experiences or glimpses of no thoughts when they go out. I met people who go rock climbing and different things. I remember I was in Yosemite looking at the people climbing El Capitan. With binoculars you barely see them. They climb all the way up. And they were getting ready. So I asked them, what's going on? So it was the thrill that they are so concentrated that they have no thoughts. So basically, who was walking, climbing?
Yeah.
The prana.
The prana
Who was witnessing?
The witness.
The witness, who they are. Except because there was no knowledge, it wasn't recognized. So people call it the zone, different thing. They don't understand really what's going on because lack of knowledge.
Yes.
So what happens? So who doesn't understand? Maya.
Maya.
Why? Because she's gone. So when she comes back, still I identify with her.
Yes.
Okay, so now, they were all hyped up, and I asked them, so okay, you have no thoughts. How come you're drinking beer and you're nervous before you climb? How come? That means you identify with your thoughts. That means climbing up and having no thought doesn't free you from the false identification.
No.
So, I start linking all the things because I was exploring and I said, wow, even if someone has glimpses or moments of no thoughts.
And the climbing is doesn't make any difference because there still was and there still will be identification with the body.
That's right. That means they cannot be liberated like that. So people and people that are in sports and high sports and they practice hours. So the prana is getting conditioned. It's all registered. They cannot be liberated because as I talk with these players, also there was a guy that was very famous in Israel, basketball player, different. And he recognized the zone. When Maya comes out, she misidentifies exactly like she was before, because that's sleeping, waking up,
Yeah.
thinking, sleeping, waking up,
Yeah.
sleeping, waking up. So
That's right. You go
no
to
knowledge.
Sleep, yeah. You go to sleep, you don't know who you are. You wake up, you say, I am
I
Rome.
am the body.
I am the body.
Yeah. I'm the one who's thinking.
Yeah.
I'm the one who was sleeping.
Yeah.
And I'm a physical body.
Yeah.
Isn't it? That's what people say. Because when you fall asleep, when you wake up, and I ask you who was sleeping, what would you think? I was.
I was sleeping.
So who was thinking? Maya. So we give it a
Yeah.
name. The mind was
Sure.
thinking. And who was sleeping? The mind too.
No, it has to
Because
be.
the mind says I was sleeping, no?
Yeah.
Okay, so the mind is the thinker and the sleeper. Now the mind says it is the body. Now the body was sleeping.
Then it can't be the body.
If you have children,
Yeah.
when they were sleeping, they stopped breathing. So the body was working.
Body was
Body never
The,
sleeps.
the heart was working.
Heart was working.
So everything was, they were warm.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were warm. If they would get cold, they die, right?
Yeah.
So there was flow of energy, isn't it?
Sure.
Body was awake. Yeah, the senses closed.
Yeah.
The organs of action was not functioning. They were not walking,
Sure.
lying. Yet the body was actively awake. Yet the mind says it is sleeping, right? It was sleeping. Yet the mind says it is the body too. Yet it was sleeping, the body was not sleeping, so how it can be the body?
Can't think, can it?
It is not the body.
It's not the body.
So I'm not the body, and I'm not the one who is sleeping, and I'm not the one who is thinking. So who am I?
Yeah.
I have to realize it. I have to realize, who am I? This is the most important question for centuries that sages put out for anybody that one has to find out. Who am I? If I'm not the body, and I'm not the one who's sleeping, and I'm not the one who's thinking, then who am I?
My brother would say, who cares?
He's not interested.
Not interested, that's right. Yeah. Or my brother won't be so kind. They say, who cares?
That's understandable.
Yeah. That's why it takes, well, it takes whatever it takes to wake up, but then it takes a mature mind to carry on and work.
That's why it's rare.
That's why it's